Okay, my name is Heather Harrison. I am the CEO of the Embrace Empire, and this is our February 12th call, and we are going to dive into my takeaways from New Leader Conference. You guys, can you hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can. And also dive into an exercise that made me cry like a baby at leadership, along with 500 other leaders. And it was a really touching, emotional exercise, and we'll do that at the end because I'm going to give people a chance. I see some people driving, some people are maybe not on their video, and I really would like you guys to be able to be on video for it. So first and foremost, you guys, I'm going to start off. It was a very intense conference. I landed on Thursday and I did not stop going, and my body was completely shut down by Saturday when I got home. When you go to something like this, and a lot of you guys, this year is going to be your first time at Summit, I will let you guys know, do not come back from Summit and bust out your business the next day. Give yourself a day or two to take in all the information, and they will actually go over this with you and kind of walk you guys through the process of utilizing the information, how to write it all back down, and how to start implementing it into your business. And so I've learned very, very early on, we are so fired up, and the first thing that we want to do is come back from something and like implement everything that we've learned. When in reality, we can't do that. But what we can do is write our information down, share it with our team, and get super excited about implementing one new thing that you think is going to change your business at a time. So that's where I'm going to start with you guys tonight. And the first and foremost, the first thing that came out of, we had three speakers, you guys. We had Melanie Mitro, Sammy Glonick, and Kelsey Hill. If you don't know who they are, Melanie Mitro was a 6-time top coach, I believe. She is still in the top 10. She's an amazing, amazing, amazing teacher turned multi-million-dollar earner, but she has the heart and soul of a teacher still. She is amazing with her business. She's amazing with organization. Sammy Glonick, on the other hand, I think this is her third time to be elite. She's got her master's in health science. She struggled with an eating disorder, and she built her business very differently than Melanie would, okay? And then we have Kelsey Hill. Last year, she was sitting in New Leader Conference as a diamond coach. This year, she is a top 10 coach, and has completely blown it out of the water. So with that being said, first and foremost, you have to be proof of the product. I'm not kidding when I say that. If you cannot be proof of the product, you guys, it's never going to work. If you can't believe in something so deep down in your soul that you would do it even if you weren't coaching, it's not going to work. I'm here to tell you, it is not going to work for you. There are things out there that you go and you pride yourself in and you share to the depths of your soul, whether it's these Nikes that are amazing and freaking make you jump, or this lipstick that's like stays on and you have to have it. You have to believe in Beachbody, in the results that you're receiving with your programs and your nutrition and your supplements to its soul. And you need to be proof that that product works. Because if you're going to try to sell somebody something and you haven't even done it yourself, they're going to look at you and they're going to say, I don't want you selling me something. I don't want a sale. I want to be a proof of the product. I want to see results. And so for a lot of you newer coaches, I think this is where your struggle is, right? You are so nervous to invite people because you don't have that transformation yet. Yet I can see so many of you on here right now, and the only thing I see on Instagram right now is a sweaty selfie. I don't see you taking people through the process. I don't see you guys taking people through the hard. And I'll talk about that more, okay? Your tribe follows in your suit. Hands down, your tribe follows in your suit. You, as a leader, have to 10x everything that you do in order for your coaches to do half of what you do. Let me say that again. You have to do 10 times as much as a leader if you want your coaches to do half of what you're doing. Do not expect your coaches to show up and send 30 invites out a day if you're not even doing it yourself. If you send 10 invites out a day, you can expect that your coaches are not even doing half of it. Y'all, it's time to level up. I don't know about you guys, but I know every single person on this call, they don't want to be where they're at. So if you haven't read the 10X rule, it's a good book. Make that after we read Everything is Figure Outable, March's book, we're going to read the 10X rule. Okay? You have to 10X everything you do. When I left that, I said to myself, geez, I have a lot of conversations going. I'm hitting Success Club 10 every single month. But now my goal needs to be Success Club 40 because I want my leaders on my team to be hitting Success Club 20 or even just Success Club 10. And so instead of me starting conversations 15 and 20 at a time, you better believe I've busted out 30 and 40 invites and 30 and 40 conversations and 30 and 40 startup conversations today. Why? Because I bet you anything, my team is doing half of that. And you guys, as a leader on your team, you should be doing that 30 invites a day. An invite can be easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be hard. And I will get into that at the very end of this call. Stop selling your results and help 100 people feel better about themselves. Doesn't that sound so much better than, I'm going to sell 100 challenge packs? So Carl stood up there on the stage and he said, I challenge you guys this year to help 100 people feel better about themselves. Each and every one of you help 100 people feel better about themselves. That's the best part. See, Beachbody was born, you guys, and I don't know how you guys look at the name Beachbody, but he's had a chance to change the name several times. He's had the opportunity to change it because when people hear the name Beachbody, they have this ideal figure of what's out on the beach. But what he thinks a Beachbody is somebody who feels good about themselves, somebody who's out there doing their workout every day, who is getting healthy, and who is actively moving. Because anybody can be a Beachbody. Any person can get out there on a beach and anybody can enjoy the beach. It's not about this idealistic figure of a six-pack, long, lean legs in a 6-foot-tall woman. It's about somebody that's healthy, that can live a healthy, sustainable life. And that's what our mission is. So if somebody says to you, I'm not going to join your company, the name itself turns me down, you have every right to go back and say, whoa, let me tell you what our company really stands for. See, I've been in this business 4.5 years, and I didn't even know that. So hearing that come out of Carl's mouth, you guys, was amazing to hear how Beachbody actually got its name and what our mission truly stands for. Imagine yourself as a leader and take action and learn from your failures. Imagine yourself as a leader. Like, you guys, I imagine myself as a 7-star diamond coach taking my 7 diamonds to a beach and celebrating. I imagine celebrating in New Orleans, walking across the stage as the Embrace Empire has just risen. Our growth has risen. I'm able to provide a constant value to all of my customers and all of my leaders, and I'm able to communicate one-on-one with them in different leadership styles. Imagine yourself as the leader that you want to become. I imagine myself being best friends and wanting to hang out with my leaders. I imagine myself finding me again over and over and over again, because that's the people that you want to be with and hang out with. But I also imagine finding very different people because they bring value to my team. They bring value to this community. I imagine myself as a leader up on stage being able to present a mindset training at NLC next year. I imagine myself doing that, you guys. You have to imagine yourself doing the actions. And if you're not, take a step back and imagine what you want yourself to be as a leader. Because right now, if you don't imagine it, if you can't visualize it, you really need to think hard again. Changing your mindset, you guys, this was huge. Kelsey Hill said, what changed her? She went from an I need mindset to a very giving mindset. What can I provide to my coaches? What can I provide to my team? What can I provide to my challengers? What can I provide to my followers? How can I give everything that I have to the people so that I can make them understand me more? You don't have to be in this business to sell. A matter of fact, you guys, if you're in this business for a sale, you might want to think back and really understand why you're in this business. Your business thrives a lot of the times on giving a lot of information and just giving for free. The value that comes from you as a person. For me, I get a lot of people value through my gluten-free, dairy-free recipes. I share those all the time on social media. I also share my tips and tricks at grocery stores. I also share my favorite foods. I share my mom hacks and my life hacks, right? What can you, when you think about what you're doing, what can you provide your customers and your challengers and your followers without thinking that you have to receive something in return? Stop doubting yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and roll into this story Sydney Maurer told. And you guys might have seen it because I posted it in a few places. But she is a corporate mentor with Beachbody, and she had the opportunity to sign on with Beachbody, I believe, about 4 years ago. And she said that she was scrolling through Instagram trying to research different coaches and the way that they run their businesses. And she ran across one of her friends that was a Beachbody coach. And she reached out to her and she said, why haven't you invited me? Why have you never presented me this opportunity to join a challenge group or to become a coach? And she said, well, I mean, look at your life. Look at, like, you have the perfect figure. You go out on a boat every single weekend. Financially, I know that you're doing well because you're living a really nice lifestyle. She saw all of that on her Instagram feed. What she didn't see behind closed doors is a person that struggled her whole entire life with a really, really bad eating disorder. What she didn't see was a person that was completely broken inside and had no community to turn to. And so this is how she was portraying her life on social media because she wasn't sure how to portray it otherwise. With that being said, from Sydney's mouth, you need to invite every single person to this opportunity. If they're on your page, if they're watching you, invite them. You have no idea whose life you will change, all because you invited them. Who cares if they say no? You can go to bed at night saying, I gave her this opportunity. I gave her a gift that could possibly change her life. I presented it to her. You can go to bed at night because you weren't scared to do that. Don't be scared. Scared of what? A freaking Instagram message that says no? Or how about this? Yesterday alone, I received 25 no's. And then I received a yes. Oh my gosh, I've been watching a few coaches for like the past 6 months. Over the last 8 months, I haven't been able to even go to a girls' night because I'm 50 pounds heavier than I was last January. And I have completely shut down. I'm ready and I really could use the help. Guess what? It took me 25 no's to get that one yes. But you know what? It's because I haven't stopped inviting. So when you tell me you don't have a warm market, I'm going to call your BS. Why? I'm 4.5 years into this business and I can still find a warm market. You need to dig real deep. Guess what? I'm reaching out to like my high school track people now because I know they don't look the way they used to. I'm reaching out to the football team because half of them, they could definitely use the work, or they could use a good nutrition plan. Because let me just be honest, I'm 37 years old and I know that half of them don't look the way they did when they were 17. Okay, so quit doubting yourself, you guys. You do not need any kind of result to invite somebody to come jump on board and have fun with you. Your team culture. If I could change anything about my team this year, this is where we're going. My team culture, I want it to thrive. I want it to be a place where we can ask each other questions, where you guys could always come to me, where we have freaking fun together, where you don't just call me for a business question, but you can call me to just chat with me as a friend. But also on the flip side, I can be real and honest with you because I know your goals and your dreams, and I can provide you that value that you need and that swift kick in the butt that you need to get there. Reward your coaches for their hard work. That's big. I'm huge on that, you guys. It doesn't matter if it's a $5 gift card that you're doing or I know teams that they love coffee. So Starbucks gift cards, they do a challenger of the week, they'll do a coach of the month. My diamond coaches, I give them the option of if they want something business or if they want something sentimental. Lori took us on a trip of a freaking lifetime to Disney last year. And that's because this team culture is really big for us, but also understanding and learning how to bring our team together. Because I know a lot of us we're all under Team Fantabulous, right? And I think our biggest thing this year is gonna, like with Lori and I, we've discussed it, is our team culture. Something is missing in that piece. And so I'm working really, really hard to understand our team culture and understand, like, we have people from across the freaking globe, man, and it's amazing. So having a team culture That's why we're doing local activities this year. When we, if we don't have something going on, next month we're going to Punta Cana. In April, we're looking at doing like a candle and sip, and then we have Super Sunday. So every single month we're going to be having something and we're going to be hosting something. So everybody can be a part of it if they're around. Summit's coming up in July. I have plans to host my own retreat at the end of the year for all of my diamond coaches. So team culture is huge. You should want to hang out with the people you're working with. That's the difference in being in the position that you're in right now as a coach and a job that you actually have to go to and you don't get to pick the people that you work with. You should want to be here. And I see a lot of people on this call right now that have goals, business goals, like retire from their job, pay for all the sports for their kids, help through nursing school, quit their second job, make this their full-time income. Okay? Believe what is possible. Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't believe it, it ain't happening. Belief is 100% what you make of it. And if you believe what's possible, it is totally possible. This was Lori back in 2018, you guys. We were all having to hustle for her to hit elite. And her saying was, it's totally possible. And I've carried that for the past year and a half. It's totally possible. And you want to know something? We ended the year as a 15-star team again. Okay? Envision what it's like when your goals become reality. Hey, guess what? I envision myself with my husband coming home in November of this year as I walk into the Range Rover dealership and pay cash for his car that he gave up 5 years ago so I could have my dream car. I also envision myself paying my full house off by the end of 2025 and being completely debt free. Do you vision yourself? Like, can you physically see? I envision my elite team. You guys, it's so amazing. In Malibu at a winery, freaking overlooking the ocean, having a wine and cheese fest and renting out a freaking mansion where I'm going to have Autumn and I'm going to have 3 of our top leaders there to speak for us in a bomb training. You got to get that freaking like raw and real with things. And when you wake up every single day, envision it, turn it on. I'm going to do it. Walking across that stage, 5-star people, walking across the stage in July, 5-star. Are you envisioning what you're walking across the stage at? Amanda, are you envisioning being a 2-star diamond this year? I mean, Morgan, are you envisioning walking across and being premier this year? Yes, you guys. You've got to envision it, because if you don't envision it, if you don't know where your freaking vision is, why are you here? If your vision is to have a completely amazing transformation before you hit your 20th high school reunion, you better be putting that little black dress or that little skirt or whatever you want to wear that you're going to feel bomb AF in that closet, so when you wake up every single day, you see it. If you envision yourself out there playing with your kids full time and not having to bring them into daycare, you better backtrack and you better envision on what it's going to take so you can make your own schedule, so you don't have to actually bring them to daycare in the morning. Guess what? It doesn't matter where you're at in your business. 80% of the time, your focus needs to be on your business. Let me say that again, 80% of the time. That doesn't mean when you get to diamond, you go to management mode. I'm sorry, not okay. I've been there, I've done it, but guess what? I was a full-time recruiter, so I get it. 80% of your time, and I'll say it true, 90% of your time needs to be spent recruiting for your business. Why? What happens if that diamond falls off before the end of the year? What happens if you hit diamond and the next day you have 4 coaches go inactive? Where are you? Like, honestly, you should literally be adding to your business every single day. You want to know what a solid diamond looks like? I have 127 coaches underneath me. Guess what? 2 of them are diamonds. The rest are coaches in emeralds building. 127 coaches underneath me, and I still put them underneath me. That's not including my second business center. I have 8 underneath my second business center, and I have 12 under Chris's. You focus on your business, because if everybody focused on their business, your team is going to flourish. Your team is going to grow. It's when you put in the work with your business, your daily invites, you showing up on social media, when it grows. What is it doing for your business that you can spend? Now, mind you, you spend 10 to 20 minutes following up with your coaches and checking in to see if they need anything. Set aside a couple days a week where you do one-on-one calls and they need to earn it. But for the most part, I still, to this day, spend 90% of my time focused on my business. Leadership and success go hand in hand. Leadership and success go hand in hand. I think that's pretty spot on, you guys. Growing Instagram, okay? Really fast, if you guys have questions, please put them in the notes in the comment section, okay? There's a lot of different things that we went over, okay? But I kind of picked a few to pull out today because I think it's really important. And one of them was actually growing your Instagram, because I know that's a common factor and a common question in today's business world. So Kelsey Hill went from having 500 followers to 127,000 organic followers in a 2.5-year period. While she was standing on stage, her Instagram was disabled. So the panic set in for her. But she said, you know what? Everything is figure outable. And that's what she said on stage. I'll figure it out. So here's how you're going to grow your Instagram. You're going to be consistent. You can't show up once every 5 days and post and expect people to see you. You can't show up in your stories once every couple days and expect people to see you. People want consistency, because I guarantee you, if you show up to my page every single day, you're going to see my dance party. You'll probably see a morning chat of mine, right? You're going to see my workouts. You'll probably see a pep talk of some sort, or me making some food, or mom life happening. You have to get uncomfortable, people. Consistency is key. You figure out everything along the way. If you make a mistake, okay, cool, whatever. People see the raw, real you. It's okay. You'll make it better the next day. It doesn't mean getting up and literally going throughout your whole entire day and coming on at 6 p.m. at night and being like, I had a really long freaking day. What have you done for the past 12 hours? Now it happens. Monday, I had a really, really horrible day, a really bad day. And I came on at 12. And you know what? Because people didn't see me, you better believe I had people in my messages saying, hey, are you okay? We haven't seen you in the past 24 hours. What's going on? You want to know why that is? Because I'm consistent every single day. And it doesn't stop. When I go to Saudi Arabia, you guys will see me traveling. That's me. That's who I am. This is how I've built my brand, you guys. So you need to figure it out and you need to be consistent. If it's sharing a recipe, if it's going live and talking about some motivation, if it's sharing like a modified workout video so people understand that all of our workouts don't have to be full force. If it's you like falling over during your workout video, it's okay. The other day I was like really stumbling and fell face first. And I posted that because I'm not perfect. I modified half of my workout on Monday and I showed my whole entire modified workout. But that's all I could physically do that day. Okay? You have to put yourself out there. You have to take action daily. And you have to find comfort in the uncomfortable situations. If you guys think that my journey has always been easy, it hasn't. My journey to this day is real hard. And if you think me posting a picture of me bawling my eyes out and telling the raw, real me of where I'm at right now with my journey is easy, it's not. It's real uncomfortable, like really uncomfortable. And this is how I find comfort because I use my Instagram as my journal. I don't journal. My Instagram is my journal. So if you don't do it for anybody but yourself, journal about it. How was your day? Like, was your anxiety high? Was your depression? Like, I tell all of it. You'll see fun things in there of me. Like, honestly, you will. But like, I'm real. And I have so many people come to me and say, thank you. Thank you for being real. Thank you for not putting the highlight out there. And I know a lot of you have joined my team because I'm not perfect. I mean, I don't show up to my team call in makeup and like my pajamas are on, but that's who I am. Okay? Fail forward. If you need to write anything down tonight, it needs to be fail forward. Because in this business, you literally will fail every single day. And you'll fail forward. You'll learn from your mistakes. You're going to have a time where you think it's not possible and like what else can go wrong. That was me in November of like 2016, I think, when I called Lori and I was like, oh my God, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And like, you just think there's just so much like, I can't do this. And then you need to look at how you can grow in this opportunity. Take a step back, revamp yourself, and show up the next day. People need consistency, you guys. Shift to a giving mindset. So when you show up on social media, like I said, what kind of value are you giving your followers? Creating value. Like Amanda, she's allergic to freaking carrots and apples. Like, who in the world is allergic to that? There's a lot of people out there, you guys, allergic to carrots and apples. And she can find her tribe. Like, okay, yes. She's finding her carrot and apple tribe. Like, that's awesome, right? And then like Morgan up there, you guys, like, she is total Air Force. Her husband's overseas. I mean, and you know what? Her dream is not to have some big fancy mansion. Her dream is to live in like a small, tiny, like in a tiny home and travel. The only thing that she wants is to have a base to come home to. So guess what? She's gonna go find all those tiny home people. I don't know if she's ever thought about that before. I mean, you could totally connect with tiny home people. And like, just think, like Kim, she was like, Heather, like competitive cheerleading and competitive gymnastics. You know how expensive that is? I don't know if y'all watch the documentary, Cheer. It's on Netflix. It's pretty freaking good. That is expensive. And now my daughter wants to get into it. So I really need to start making some money because I am not about to go broke. But like, it's those things. Every cheer mom out there, every gymnastics mom out there, I'm pretty sure they can use an extra $150 to $200 a week, a month in their pockets. Because I mean, once they start traveling, it's not just the costumes. I mean, I paid $80 for my daughter's costume that she wore once. And I thought that was expensive. but they're going to be going to like Orlando and they go to like these national things. And so they're like, all these things add up, right? So share about it on social media. Have polls about it on social media. Who are you? Ask people what they want to see on your page. It's a great way to start up a conversation. What do you guys want to see from me on my page? Do it twice a week until you guys consistently start seeing followers. Add, hey, do you guys like seeing this? Do you guys like seeing this? Like, what do you guys want to see on my page? How can I provide value? Okay? Sharing your story. I bet 95% of you on here don't even share, like have never even shared your true, raw, real journey, your real story. Guess what? You can never tell it too many times, because every time you tell it, it's gonna sound different to somebody else. So if that's once a week, twice a week, 4 times a week, pull out different pieces and tell it. Like for me, I remember having to drop my kids off, or my kid. I remember being like 7 months pregnant, having to drop my daughter off at daycare while I had to freaking come home. My, Chris just left for Saudi Arabia and I was still running a full-time like recruiting job. You guys, like I remember the pain and agony of going through having to drop my 6-month-old daughter off at daycare. Like people can relate to that. And now I get to be home, I get to be at their events, and I get to work my schedule around that. So tell your real, like dig really, really deep, okay? Inspire, educate, and motivate. When you go into a post or when you go into your stories, it should inspire people, it should educate them, and it should motivate them. And that's not saying you always have to be like happy-go-lucky every single day. But it also doesn't mean show up on social media every single day in a really piss-ass poor mood either. We all have our rough days. But you know what somebody wants to see? How you can educate them and inspire them and motivate them to push past it. Okay. That's probably, let me see where I'm at right now. All right. Let me see, you guys. I want you guys to take your phone out and I want you guys to find a picture of somebody that's important to you or somebody that you love. Okay? Everybody needs to take their phone out and they need to find a picture of somebody that they love or somebody that's really, really, really important to them. And I want you guys to look at it. I also want you guys to show it to me in your screen if you can. And then I really want you guys to listen. Every time you don't want to send the invite, every time you don't want to work out, I want you guys to walk over to that person and I want you to tell them that they're not worthy. I want you to tell them that they don't mean enough for you to take action on a life-changing opportunity. It had our whole entire room in complete silence because that person on your phone should be important enough for you to show up every day. That person on that phone, it should be important enough for you guys to want this. And if it's not, this is not the opportunity for you. Because the person on that phone should make you want to be a better person. Should make you want to be able to be home. Should make you want to invite the crap out of people because you have no idea how much this opportunity will change a life. You want to know why I say that? because I didn't realize how bad I needed a community. I didn't realize the $8 in my bank account in November of 2017 was going to be that bad, until I had to make a decision to show up when I didn't want to. If you think I wanted to show up on Monday after the day I had and the weekend I had, I didn't. And every single day I show up and I have a picture of my kids and my husband. Because when he goes to work every single day, the picture on his phone and the one thing he tells me is, as long as my girls are happy, I'm happy. As long as my girls are happy, I'm happy. Well, why can't that be the same? Why can't we say the same? Why are we like, why do you think that you're not worthy enough for this to matter? 30 invites a day is nothing. It takes 15 minutes to do it. If you don't have an invite script, find your coach and get one. I'm going to tell you right now, Lori's not on this call, and she's got the heart and soul of any, you guys, she is the best leader I have ever had and the best mentor and friend that I have ever stood next to. And when you signed up to do this, it was to change your life in some form or fashion. If it's because you can't stand the way you look in the mirror, stop the excuses. Draw the freaking line in the sand. Get over the excuse that you have junk food in the house. Go to the freaking pantry and get rid of it. Stop making the excuses that you don't have a support system and freaking check into your groups every day. Right? You can't say it doesn't work if you haven't put in the effort. Because we are a superstar diamond team because of all of our efforts. But it also doesn't mean that we hit diamond and then we go back to coach. Don't sit there and say, I need an accolade. Who cares about a one-star diamond? You know how many team leaders I want on my team? I'm striving for 7 team leaders this year. And I want like 6 team builders. I bet you guys don't even know what that means. You want to know why? Because we're so focused on emerald and ruby and diamond and star diamond, when you really want to be a team builder. Why? Because you're building your team. You really want to be a team leader, because that tells you everybody that you understand and you know how to lead a team. So I challenge you guys to take a step back, put that picture of your why on your phone. And when you wake up every single day and you don't want to send out those invites, or you might be too tired at night, I want you to look at those kids, or I want you to look at your husband and you tell them that they're not worthy of you sending them. Or they're not worthy of you showing up for that workout. Because I guarantee you someone with stage 4 cancer is showing up and doing their workout. Just saying. Someone with stage 4 cancer is probably building a business right now because it's what they need. So when you don't want to show up in your groups and you want to come back to your coach and you want to say this isn't working, I'm going to put it back on you and I'm going to say, look at that picture and be honest with yourself. I was really honest with some of my coaches today and I said, I'm going to be honest with you. Be honest with yourself. How many invites have you really sent? Because I can look at myself and I can say, I've sent 45 invites today. My husband's in Saudi Arabia and I have 2 kids that I'm taking care of by myself. And I'm running a full-time business. And y'all, I didn't want to be on this call tonight. I'm freaking tired. I have a 5 a.m. wake-up call. But that's what this is for. I look at my kids and I know that I'm worthy to show up to this call and just spew the information that I learned and give you guys the knowledge that I learned. So if you need that in writing, I'll send it to you so you can send that and you can have your team do it. Because I guarantee you when you do that with them, it's going to strike a chord. And if it doesn't, stop chasing them. If it doesn't strike a chord for them to run and know that they're worthy to invite and work out and want this, go find yourself a new team leader. Go find yourself a new team builder. That doesn't mean they can't be an amazing challenger. That just means that they don't want it bad enough. You'll find your people, you'll find your tribe, and you'll find those people that have it in them so bad, and they'll make it those 15 minutes that they have a break. They'll send their invites, and over their lunch, they're gonna look at some trainings. And they're gonna soak up. I'm gonna call Kim out right now because she works a full-time job, 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, and she's so freaking busy with her kids. And I seriously have questions from her every single day. Amanda, same thing. Melissa, same thing. It's okay. That's my job, is to answer their questions. Because as long as they're running, I'm gonna keep running with them. Anella, she's in freaking Hawaii and she's sitting on this call right now, you guys. So look at the people and ask them the question that I asked you tonight as we close out our call. And if they're not worthy enough to look at the person that's on their phone or in the picture and work out or show up for their business or send those scary invites or post that really freaking scary post, which I'm going to ask every single one of you to do tomorrow, then rethink your tribe. They can still be a good challenger. They can still be a freaking amazing coach, but they may not be a runner. They might be your talker, or they might be your loyalist. Those are the three categories that Melanie Mitro breaks her team down to. The loyalists, they're always going to be there for you. They're always going to order your products. They're always going to be there in your challenge groups showing up. The talkers, you can still focus your time on them. You know what you can do? You can give them an assignment, and I guarantee you they never come back. And then you have your runners. They thrive on the information you're giving them and they run with it. Doesn't mean they're perfect. Doesn't mean they're gonna, become a diamond overnight, but they're actually taking that information and they're utilizing and they're doing something with it. So that's all I have for you guys tonight. I hope that this was a good training. I hope that you guys learned something, and I hope that that piece at the end spoke to you guys. And I'm going to actually gather up, just kind of like I did with everybody holding up who they are besides a coach. I'm going to ask everybody to also do this as well, because I want to do a slideshow for our coaching sneak peeks, for just different things to have. But I really do think that everybody should be looking like at that person that's most important to them when they don't want to do what they want to do for their business or for themselves every single day. So do you guys have any questions at all? I'm wondering if somebody grabbed a picture. I know we all love our social media. And if you don't grab a picture, get on and grab a picture, right? Because guess what? It's a business meeting and it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night in most places of the world. For us, anyways, show people what you're doing. That's part of your business. So I'm going to stop. Becca, of course, I'm all